Conclusion inevitable.
It was a jump to conclusions, Matt.
My conclusion was that this idea was not a practical deterrent.
My only conclusion can be that it was a Sith Lord.
In conclusion.
Hello there, folks. Welcome back to In Conclusion, the only movie podcast that loves swimming in asbestos. I am Dan O'Keefe, and joining me as always is Anna Otto. Anna, how are your lungs?
Dan, it's winter. They're dry. Everything about my respiratory system is dry. But no asbestos that I know of.
That's good. How old's your condo?
The 80s.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
It's a new condo. My mom was like, no homes over 100 years old. And I was like, crap.
Damn.
So
that's all I want.
That rules out several cities I was eligible to purchase in, but it's fine.
So, are there cities of just 100-year-old homes?
Pretty much. I mean, like
Colonial Williamsburg?
Pretty much. If we had actually moved to Maine when I was spiraling, yeah, that would have been the issue.
Well, then you would have lived inside of a lobster tail.
Oh, God, I can only dream wearing a cable knit sweater, right?
You vacillate between a cable knit sweater and a big yellow rain smock for when you go out crabbing.
Oh, my God, I would love, except it's very, like, what was it? I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. Sung by your grandma's best friend.
Yeah, Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Jonathan Bon Jonathan. Jovathan.
Yes. Sorry, I got distracted because my therapist was calling me, but I silenced him. Sorry.
Why was your therapist calling you at 9:30?
He probably has something come up and has to reschedule our appointment tomorrow.
I thought he just wanted to chat.
Maybe. Maybe he sensed that I'm on the edge of a nervous breakdown. He's like, ooh, my longest standing client is teetering on the brink again. Just kidding.
Better get another session scheduled.
Literally.
Rack those dollars up. I should become an evil therapist.
I don't like that, Dan, because to me, evil therapist immediately is going to mean people are going to harm themselves, and you can go to jail for that.
That's true. I was thinking more like Brian Wilson's therapist.
Ooh, lying in bed, just like
Brian Wilson
Yes!
did.
Sorry, I don't know anything about Brian Wilson except for that song. We are recording the podcast. We've not even... I forgot we were actually recording for a second. Anyway.
We've started. This is all going in. You got to take a big swig and get ready again. Reset.
Ugh. Okay, I'm alive.
Okay, I'll do a new intro. I'm still keeping all that in. Hello there, folks. Welcome back to In Conclusion. Blah, blah, blah. Scarecrow's got a gun. Yeah, we already did that. I already introduced you.
You did.
Yeah.
How are you,
anyway,
Dan?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good. I just started doing this, like, mobility class.
Okay. Fall prevention.
It's not necessarily that. It's like joint mobility. So
okay, period. You're prepping for your golden years.
Today it was all hip stuff. So like moving your leg, your like hip sockets.
Is it
like
helping
rotating your leg and like strengthening it?
Yeah. Does it help you with flexibility? Because that's where I struggle.
Yes. Yeah, I'm
God,
so wildly
like
inflexible. So it's like stretching and strengthening.
Me too. I need a class like that.
It's in the 3 weeks that I've been doing it. It's incredible.
Oh, I need to lengthen my hamstrings.
Is that your pickup line?
No, my hamstrings are just tighter than a freaking guitar string. You could
God,
pluck
I love
them.
Metaphors.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your pickup line?
My pickup line is, "Hey, baby, you want to strut my hamstrings?"
Are those two guitar necks in your legs, or are you happy to see me?
Oh my God, when your legs are too skinny.
No, I have equally tight hamstrings as yours, probably tighter.
Mm-hmm. Well, your ankles have been messed up before, so.
Yeah, and still.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to this podcast about the Wizard of Oz. So far,
now here's the tea, though. Wizard of Oz is so ingrained into who I am as a person. Like, it pretty much is just going to be a conversation of me deep diving into my experiences and psyche. I'm sorry, Dan. I should have told you that ahead of time.
Okay, so this is a therapy session then.
Low key.
Okay.
Because one time I made a girl cry at an audition.
For Wizard of Oz, were you playing?
Here's
the
the tea.
neighbor?
Here's the tea. Here's the tea. Here's the tea. I've done Wizard of Oz twice. Wizard of Oz is huge in my family. Not with my parents, but like my aunt and my grandma. Huge Wizard of Oz fans. So the first time I did Wizard of Oz was in high school. I got Dorothy, whatever. Super chill. High school play. Yada, yada, yada. We're living our lives.
Mm-hmm.
You play Dorothy a second time, suddenly people make it your personality.
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
And that I did. But here's the tea. The second time I auditioned for Wizard of Oz was this guy was holding callbacks, and he was like, we're going to do this like they did in the 70s, and I'm going to have you all stand here and perform in front of each other, and I'm going to cast you on the spot.
Okay.
I was like, okay. And he's like, so my Dorothy's come up, and I was like 20 at the time, right? But I play younger.
20-year-old child.
Yeah, I play younger. I mean, like, I do.
Mm-hmm.
And it was me with a bunch of, like, high school girls. And no offense to them. I'm sure they're all fantastic performers in adulthood. But I was cast. And a lot of it was the maturity of, like, my abilities. And he said that every single girl cried. In front of me.
Every single one?
Yes. Dan.
You're the villain.
I'm the villain.
You're the villain in all of their stories.
I know. They're like, and then this bitch who wasn't even talented, me, to myself in the morning. But anyway, my favorite part about playing in Wizard of Oz is the dogs. The end.
So the movie that we're talking about today is The Wizard of Oz
Yes.
from 1939.
Oh my God, it's almost 100 years old. And where did it premiere, Dan?
Green Bay.
No,
Yes.
Oconomowoc.
No, it premiered in Green Bay.
Don't tell the town of Oconomowoc that.
Oconomowoc had a preview screening.
Okay,
The
period.
premiere was
because
in Green Bay.
that's like their personality. So.
I know. So there was a... No, sorry. It premiered in Green Bay on August 10th, and then there was a sneak preview in San Bernardino, and then on August 11th, there were previews in Kenosha and Dennis, Massachusetts, and then on August 12th, it played at the Strand Theater in Oconomowoc.
Dang, Oconomowoc makes it they're like, we are the home of the wizard. I'm like, girl, it doesn't even take place in Wisconsin.
No.
She's from Kansas.
Oconomowoc got sloppy fifths.
I know. Well, they're rich. They'll get over it.
What else do they have there?
Oconomowoc?
Like,
That's where my favorite theater is.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the Strand Theater where
No, it's the one
Wizard
that
of
I
Oz
act at.
did not premiere?
No, it's the one that I act at. Shout out the
There-
box.
Okay, on the Wikipedia page for The Wizard of Oz, under release, original theatrical run, that's where I got that information from.
Mm-hmm.
There is a picture of a memorial plaque in Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. The plaque says, "This commemorates the world premiere of MGM's The Wizard of Oz, shown here in downtown Oconomowoc at the Strand Theater on August 12th, 1939.
So they're spreading lies?
The caption of that picture: a memorial which incorrectly attributes the film's world premiere to the
That's so
Strand
tea.
Theater in
Oh my God.
Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. on
That's
August
so
12th.
tea. Oh my God, that's
1939.
so embarrassing. Next time I'm at our Oconomowoc office, I'm going to tell them to take the Wizard of Oz sign down.
Bring a sledgehammer and just start going
I'm
at
like,
it.
guys, this is factually incorrect.
It did premiere in Wisconsin, though.
Period. Tea. Okay.
I don't know why they
we are
decided
the
that
coolest.
Wisconsin was the testing ground for it.
What do you mean? We're the sexiest, coolest, smartest, most media literate people in the world.
Maybe in 1939. You lived through the entirety of Scott Walker's governorship.
I don't want to talk about that.
Come on
My dad
now.
once said that the only good thing he did was bring donuts in one time when they worked together at the courthouse.
It did premiere in Wisconsin before it premiered in California or New York, though. So
Okay, period.
hang your hat on that.
I will. Oh, by the way,
don't
I'm
put a hat
doing
on.
laundry, so that's what that incessant banging is for everyone who's
Cannot
curious.
hear that.
Oh, good.
I thought the incessant banging was your neighbors.
It's a mother and son, so I hope not.
God forbid. Families have hobbies.
Oh, God.
So, Wizard of Oz, released in 1939, directed by Victor Fleming is the credited director, one of many directors. There were like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Screenplay by Noel Langley, Florence Ryerson, and Edgar Allan Wolfe. 3 names that you're just not getting anymore.
Edgar Allan Wolfe is interesting because it does not end how you'd expect it to.
No, you'd think it would be Poe.
Yeah.
This is his only credited movie script?
You know what? That's okay.
It's because he was a lyricist and playwright.
Oh, period. Okay, so he was busy. He was booked.
Florence Ryerson, his writing partner, she, a woman,
Period.
credited on a bunch of other movies and a bunch of
Okay.
other things. Playwright, everything. Everybody wrote 87,000 things in the 30s.
That was the time back then.
Yeah. And then Noah Langley wrote the screenplay that then they based their screenplay on.
Okay.
He was originally hired to write it, and then they adapted from that.
Okay. I'm with you.
Based on The Wonderful Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum.
Or as I say it, because I have no literacy, apparently. Bomb.
L. Frank Baum!
Yeah.
Boom. What do you think the L stands for?
Leonard.
Lyman.
That's gotta be a family name, right?
Lyman Frank Baum. He is the 7th of 9 children from Cynthia and Benjamin.
Dang, 9 kids.
Oh.
People used to be cranking them out.
Lyman was the name of his father's brother, Lyman Spalding Baum, but he always disliked it, so he went by Frank.
Yeah. I mean, I can't judge. There's lots of people in this world who go by a middle name or not fans of their first names. They change it. I know a girl who legally changed her first name to her middle name and dropped her first name entirely. So that doesn't surprise me.
You don't even know my real first name.
It's Daniel.
No, it's Trash Bag.
Oh my God, gorgeous. Is
I
that
know.
French?
Yeah, it's French for trash bag.
Beautiful.
Bag du trash.
Ooh, oui, oui.
Produced by Mervyn LeRoy, which you will know if you ever start the first 30 seconds of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Mervyn LeRoy presents.
Oh, God.
Starring Judy Garland, Frank Morgan, Ray Bolger, Burt Lahr, Jack Haley, Billy Burke, Margaret Hamilton, Charlie Grapewin, and then just the Munchkins.
Oh, I don't like that. Thank you so much.
That's
I
how
don't
they're
like
credited as.
that. Okay, well.
Sorry, the Singer Midgets as the Munchkins.
Oh, that made
is
my
how they're
skin
credited.
crawl. That made my skin crawl.
And
I fear
also,
that made me.
It also stars Terry.
Is that the dog?
Yes.
Oh. That's like when I used to watch Seventh Heaven and they'd be like, and happy as happy. Loved that shit. Eating that up. Oh my God. Also, Happy's a great dog name.
I don't like it. It's too presumptive.
Dear listener, I'm frowning at Dan.
I don't like adjectives as
Okay.
names. Hey, this is my dog Green. This is my dog
That
Tall.
doesn't work. Tall? No.
This is my dog Pensive.
What about people who name their dogs like Brownie?
No, I don't like that either.
It does sound a little,
Yeah.
uninventive.
Be creative with it. This is my dog Donut.
This is
Fine
my
with
dog
that.
Jester.
Fine.
Thank you.
Jester's
She's
a noun. Just give it a noun.
Okay.
Or a verb. This is
I
my
think-
dog Swim.
Oh God, I don't like that. Jester could be a noun or an adjective. How you feel about that? Put that in your pipe and
I
smoke
like it
Dan.
half as much.
Okay.
Cinematography by Harold Rawson, edited by Blanche Sewell, produced by Metro Goldwyn Mayer, and distributed by Lowe's Incorporated.
Oh my God, Lowe's?
Not that one.
Oh.
With a budget of $2.8 million, it eventually made $29.7 million at the box office. It did not make that in its original run, though.
Yeah. That's all I have to say.
According to MGM, during the original run, it earned $3 million,
That's a lot for the time.
which resulted in a $1.1 million loss.
Oh, fuck. Never mind.
It made a profit following the 1949 re-release.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's been re-released again in 1955, 1989, and 2019, which added $25 million to the total gross, which got it to $29.6 million.
Okay.
What really brought it into, I mean, it was critically acclaimed when it was released.
Mm-hmm.
What brought it into the, I guess, being part of American lore was its airings on television.
Okay, that's fair. Because I feel like even the VHS that I used to watch when I was little had, like, television commercials instead of previews.
Okay.
Like, I very distinctly remember a Downy commercial where they're like, we're playing Wizard of Oz, but how can we make a lion? And they're, like, using the towels, and they're like, these smell so good. And they're like, Downy. I'll find it.
I need to see that.
I'll find it for you.
The first airing of The Wizard of Oz on TV, it made it the first movie uncut shown in primetime on a coast-to-coast network. And CBS paid $225,000 for the rights to televise it. It had a Nielsen rating of 33.9 and an audience share of 53%.
Okay. Also, Dan, I found the ad in 1 second. I want you to know.
Of course you did.
I'm sending it to you right now. It's from 1989.
And then through the 60s, 70s, 80s, it always had a host, and it was shown as a TV special. So they had like Dick Van Dyke do it, or Red Skelton, or Danny Kaye.
Okay.
And they hosted
So it's
it.
like,
and then,
like Turner Classic Movies style.
yeah, and then when Ted Turner bought the rights to it, it got moved to cable. And that's when it started getting shown on TBS, TNT, and TBS has shown it a bunch.
Okay.
And Turner Classic Movies.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not going to watch the ad right now.
No,
I don't
it's
want to
okay.
have to cut out 30 seconds of silence from my recording.
Don't. I just want to know what you think of it when you do watch it, please.
Don't worry, I will.
Thank you.
On Rotten Tomatoes, The Wizard of Oz, I don't even want to look. Probably 100% approval rating.
Probably for nostalgia.
I do remember it had 100% approval rating, and then they found a negative review and added it on, and people were really mad about it. And they're like, "Who is this?" And it was a critic from 1939.
Is he
who
dead?
Is now long dead.
Yeah, they were dancing on his grave.
So universal acclaim is
Okay. I
what
can
they
rock with
say.
it.
I'm just looking. Yeah, it has a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes now. Out of 170 reviews. And the negative review is from... There's one... Oh, no. One is from the Times in the UK from 1940. Where they say, the film is no doubt a triumph of technical dexterity and especially of skill in color photography.
Oh my god.
But what
this
is the
drama.
use of making a hollyhock out of cellophane, painting it in ugly color, then photographing it with complete accuracy?
I feel like there should have been like a mercy somewhere in there. I don't know. It was giving old-timey villain.
And then the story, of course, has some lovely and wild ideas, but the picture doesn't know what to do with them, except to be painfully literal and elaborate about everything. That was by Otis Ferguson of the New Republic.
That's so irritating.
But that review... When was this written? When did Otis Ferguson die? Otis Ferguson died in 1943.
Okay. So it's been a minute.
It has dwarfs, Technicolor, freak characters, and Judy Garland. It
Period.
can't be expected to have a sense of humor as well.
What?
That's from his review.
He sounds sour. Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
And then this, in a list of movies that the Vatican compiled in 1995,
Yes.
they put a list of important movies.
Mm-hmm.
This was listed on it.
I mean, I would agree.
In the category of art.
Okay, period. I agree.
Other movies included in that are 2001: A Space Odyssey, Citizen Kane, Fantasia, Modern Times. Those are all
I don't know
in the
that
art
one.
category. Modern Times
What?
is the Charlie Chaplin one.
Oh, with Charlie Chaplin or with...
Yeah, with Charlie Chaplin.
Sorry, I was thinking of the one with Robert Downey Jr. playing Charlie
That's
Chaplin, but
Chaplin.
that's Chaplin. Yep. I got
Yes.
there. It just took a second. I got there.
You did.
Thank you.
Do you remember the first time that you watched The Wizard of Oz?
Probably Birth.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't remember the first time I watched it, but I do remember watching it once when I was little and getting a really bad paper cut on the VHS box, and that really soured me for a while. I was like, ow, what the beep, 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 because I was little and I didn't swear. I tore my finger up. Okay, it's probably like a tiny little scratch, but like in my memory, I practically cut my thumb off.
Yeah. You know, I can't say that I've ever had an experience like that.
Traumatic.
I've never had a sharp-edged VHS box.
Oh, okay, that's crazy. Well, it was the 50th anniversary edition, so I'm sure, like, I think 1989 was the 50th anniversary, or like something in that year. Can't remember. And I'm sure it was my parents before they even had me, because it had, like, the flap on the front with, like, information about the movie and how it was made. Didn't care about that.
It
And
had like a light blue cover.
teal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it.
Mm-hmm. Is it from the 50th anniversary?
Yes.
Slade, I knew it. And so that was the one that had the commercial, the Downy commercial at the beginning. Yeah,
Okay.
and the little flap sliced my finger open.
If you want to relive that experience, you can get one on eBay for $25 right now.
99% sure my parents still have it in their basement.
And it had like a little gold booklet behind the
I'm
flap.
pulling it up. Let me pull it up. I'll see if it sparks some memories. How about you, Dan, while I look it up?
I have no idea when the first time that I watched this was. Again, like you, probably Birth. It was on a VHS tape. I still know
Yep.
where it is. Ours was a plastic case. It wasn't a
Okay.
slipcover. So no opportunity to cut myself.
Okay.
But,
Side note, yeah, this is definitely the one. Because
yeah.
I remember the picture of the witch doing the shoes. That was the last thing I saw before I blacked out and cut my entire hand off. So,
And then you woke up years later.
yeah,
If I only had a hand.
literally.
And then throughout my entire childhood, like I remember, like my mom would always watch this whenever they like aired it once a year, and then I'd watch it. And then like in college, I watched it synced up with Dark Side of the Moon.
I don't know that.
That was. Oh, you don't know about the Dark Side of Oz?
Well, I know there's like the thing of the one of the Munchkins hung themselves supposedly.
That's not true.
I know
No,
it's
the
not
Dark
true.
Side of Oz is how if you play Dark Side of the Moon
Mm-hmm.
and The Wizard of Oz at the same time, the soundtracks, the music syncs up with the movie at like very specific points. It's very cool. Like right
Ooh.
when Dorothy opens the door into Color in Oz is when money starts.
Okay.
It's fun.
Okay. I might have to look into it.
And then I've watched it since then, and it's great every time. And like, what is there? There's so much for us to not be able to add because so much has already been said about Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I mean, it's a classic for a reason. It is a beautiful piece. There's so many sad things about it at the time, but it's also we've come so far in production and we've learned so much since then. There was also so many innovations for the time, you know?
Yes.
Like it's truly a very important piece culturally and I'd say like cinematically.
Yeah. This was not the first movie in color. That is a... You didn't say that it was, but that is a misconception that people have.
What was the first movie in color?
Well, I mean, that's a... First movie was probably some test movie. First
Oh, yeah,
movie
true.
in color. It was not The Wizard of Oz. It's, according to Studio Binder, The World, the Flesh, and the Devil. Which
Boring.
was a lost film.
Yeah, because nobody liked it. Just
There was The Passion of the Christ, made in France in 1903.
Oh, my brain was like the one with Mel Gibson.
That's right, the Mel Gibson one.
Everything was in black and white before that.
The Gulf Between was a 1917 film shot in Technicolor. I'm trying to figure out what the first full 3-strip Technicolor production was.
Yeah.
And
I didn't...
this is something that is probably better to do not while recording.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, I was going to just say, I know, like, people, like, my parents obviously were not around when this movie came out. But they talk a lot about, like, they still watched black and white TV. Mm-hmm. So, like, seeing this in the movies was pretty cool and stuff. And, like, it was for a lot of kids, it was, like, the first movie they saw and stuff. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Becky Sharp in 1935 was the first movie to be shot entirely in 3-strip Technicolor.
Good for her.
It stars Miriam Hopkins as Becky Sharp.
What a sexy name.
She had a feud with Betty Davis.
Didn't a lot of people have a feud with Betty Davis?
100%. Betty Davis was a messy bitch.
Stirring up drama. I just slammed my mouth on the microphone saying that, but she was.
Let's get into it.
Period.
Let's
it's only
go
been
off
an hour.
Yeah. So, where are we? We're in Kansas anymore. Still.
Period. Mm-hmm.
And who's there? Dorothy Gale. Young Judy Garland.
Literally so gorgeous. So talented.
Young Judy Garland playing younger.
Mm-hmm. Been there. Classic.
High off her ass off of barbiturates and being fed 1 square cracker a day.
That makes me so sad. Like, you're not even exaggerating. That's the thing.
Performance of a lifetime.
Ugh. And wasn't she like... No, I'm thinking of a different movie. Never mind.
What were you...
I was thinking of... Well, definitely people were trying to hit when she was doing movies with them. Because I'm pretty sure
16 when they made this movie.
But creepy
13.
people were trying to hit because she got with Liza Minnelli's dad while she was doing a movie, and then there's like a couple other guys, I think. But
she was
suffice it to say,
when she married Vicente Minnelli.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He was 39.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 50 something.
No, 42.
Mm-hmm. It's a little hard pill to swallow.
Judy Garland married a man named David Rose in 1941.
Oh, ew, David.
She was 19. David Rose was 31.
I cannot accept that. Thank you so much. I know technically 18 is the legal age, but I cannot accept that. I work with 18-year-olds at the theater sometimes. They are not adults. You cannot change my mind.
Whenever I have to interact with adult teenagers, I get more and more astounded by how anybody would be like, yes, time to marry.
Sometimes I feel like the legal age of like adulthood, I mean, I don't know, because college kids, you should be allowed to like hook up with other college kids if you want and like go to parties and kiss and, you know, whatever, have those experiences. Because like we had those experiences. Was it not fun, Dan?
I want to see where this is going.
What I'm saying is sometimes I feel like the age of it, like being an adult should be like 25. But I don't want kids to miss out on like going to the bar and like making out with randos at the bar because it's fun. Sorry, everyone. My tea.
I think there should be multiple levels. The age for making out with randos at the bar because it's fun, hard 18.
I'm 21. You should not be at the
Okay.
bar at 18.
Well, depends on the bar.
Oh.
Victor's
Okay.
is closed.
Did you ever actually go there?
I didn't.
I
For those of you who
did.
don't know, I know you did. Victor's, Milwaukee's cougariest bar.
May it rest in peace.
Looking for a cougar? Head on down to Victor's.
Or just me and my friends to get free drinks.
Yes.
That's the bar where I asked a guy, he was like, what are you drinking? And I was like, a vodka cranberry. And he goes, too expensive, and walked away. Classic story in my lore.
Yeah, well, he was a man who has standards.
Truly. He was like,
I respect him.
it's not like I was drinking Grey Goose. It was rail.
No,
He's so for real.
I still respect him. 100%. He knew his limits.
He
His
said,
limits was
"Ooh."
apparently $4, but he
He
knew it.
said, she's a pricey girl, and it's a $5 drink.
So, Judy Garland, she plays Dorothy. She lives on a farm owned by Uncle Henry and Aunt Em.
She's such a little baby in this. I'm gonna cry. I'm thinking about Judy Garland's life. I'm still thinking about the fact she was married at 19, and I want to cry. But here's the tea also. My grandparents were married at 16 and 18, but that's not as weird to me. In this essay, I will.
My grandparents got married relatively late in life. They were in their
Yeah.
mid-20s.
Okay. I mean, I suppose for the time, that's like geriatric, right?
They met in college. They met
Oh,
at the end
cute.
of college when
Cute.
they were both seniors. So
Oh, yeah, not for Grandma and Grandpa Otto. They were high schools. Sweethearts
they were
is
high
what
schools.
I meant to say high school sweethearts, and it came out high schools.
So
Sorry.
we are
It's the
also
dryness.
introduced to Miss Evangelina Gulch, played by Margaret Hamilton.
That's the queen, honestly. I love when she went on Mr. Rogers to like explain
Mm-hmm.
it's just a character because she found out so many kids were scared of her during the re-release in the 80s. Queen.
Yeah,
behavior.
she did it 40 plus years later in full makeup and everything. It was incredible.
I'm snapping, but I can't snap with my right hand. Hang on. Queen.
So
Rest in peace.
Evangelina Gulch hits Toto with a rake.
Okay, that's the character, just for the record.
No, he should. He should bite her.
Oh, I thought you meant her hitting him with the rake. She should do that. I was like, no.
Oh, because you were celebrating her. You were like, yes.
Yes. I almost wanted to
Kill
make
the
it-
dog.
No, I love dogs.
So Miss Gulch has an order for Toto to get euthanized.
Well, that doesn't surprise me because actually most of the time if a dog bites you, you're supposed to put that, like, bites someone, they're supposed to be put down. But, like, maliciously. Obviously, if, like, it's a play bite, you're not going to put them down. But if a dog goes after you and bites you and someone reports it, yeah.
Oh,
That's
if a
like
dog
the
goes
thing.
after me and bites me, it's going down.
Dan, you're going to get that 2-for-1 special. That's what Gage's
Yeah.
dad always says when when Jester and Bella are being annoying.
So she wants to get the dog euthanized, and Dorothy runs away from home with the dog.
TBH, same. Okay, me and Jester would be hightailing it.
And then she runs into Professor Marvel,
Irritating.
a medicine man who sells his trinkets on the road. It's the Dust Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So he tells her fortune and says, go back home. Good.
Thank God he actually cared
Yeah.
for her and wasn't a creep. Let's just remember that.
Your fortune is come with me.
Ugh. Your fortune is getting into my truck.
Hey. And then,
Gross.
so Dorothy, she's going home with Toto, but the wind is picking up and there's a tornado coming by and it is stalking her. Before the tornado goes, she also sings Over the Rainbow. And I'm always shocked at how soon Over the Rainbow is in this movie.
Yeah, I kind of liked that when I did Wizard of Oz because then my hardest song was done. Because, like,
Yeah.
that's the song that everyone cares about. That's the song. So then it's like, oh, whew. All right, let's just roll through the rest of this. It's not like the big songs in the middle of Act 2 or something.
No, the big song, at least in the movie, is 6 minutes in.
Mm-hmm. Love that. That's tea. Thank you, everyone.
We're gonna watch Wicked. Defying Gravity better be exactly 6 minutes into the movie, or
I
I'm
hate to
turning
break it
off.
to you. It's 6 million minutes into the movie.
I don't understand, and we'll talk more about this with Wicked, how the prequel, half of the prequel, is like 2 times as long as this movie.
It's also the full length of the actual entirety of the stage musical.
I know.
So I don't know. I liked Wicked, but we'll talk about that too. I will also say I'd like to take a moment to remind everyone my 2 guinea pigs growing up, Tornado and Fiero. Maybe I was more heavily influenced by this this brand
I think you
than
really
I realized. Yeah, I went through a serious tornado phase. I was eating Wizard of Oz up.
So Dorothy's trying to get in the storm cellar, but it's locked. So she goes into the farmhouse, gets knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, that's kind of scary, to be honest. She probably had a concussion.
It was the early 1900s.
They were
didn't have
like,
concussions. They
she
just
got-
gave her some whiskey and then she was good to go.
Yeah, they're like, she got a goose egg on her brain. Yeah.
Scrambled them eggs up there.
Well, she falls into the fenced area with the pigs,
Yeah.
and they pull her out. Pigs are mean. They probably would have eaten her if she hadn't gotten pulled out.
Would they? Are they
Yes!
that aggressive? I know
Pigs
feral
are-
hogs are.
Let me give it a goog, but pigs will bite. Do
Okay.
pigs eat humans? Yes, pigs can eat humans. And in 2012, a farmer in Oregon died from a heart attack and fell into a pig's enclosure. By the time he was found, only his dentures remained, Dan.
Oh. They got the
Bones and
bones?
all. They were like a
Guess
cob
they're
of
not
corn.
efficient.
Oh my God. In 2019, a woman in Russia collapsed from a seizure and was eaten by pigs. Oh my God, T. Wait, okay,
doesn't
this
sound like
can't
they're
be
eating
real. How
live
can this
people.
man's dentures be left behind and we know he died from a heart attack? There was definitely more than that. But pigs will eat you, is what
Yeah.
I'm getting at. Pigs, gorgeous, intelligent, scary.
Gorgeous and gorging.
Period. Me too.
So Dorothy's in the house. It's flying through the air in a tornado.
Classic.
Similar to what happens when drivers see me pulling up on my bike next to them. Miss Gulch turns into the Wicked Witch of the West, and her bicycle turns into a
broom, Dan?
I was too focused on my bike joke. I couldn't remember what
Oh
a
my
broom
God.
was.
It really was no miracle. What happened was just this. The wind began to switch, the house to pitch, and suddenly the hinges started to unhitch. Just then, the witch, to satisfy an itch, went flying on her broomstick, thumbing for a hitch. Ooh, that came out of nowhere, girl. Ooh, the music just took over.
Don't make me sing.
Oh, don't make me sing.
So, Dorothy lands in an unknown land atop a woman.
Classic. A dictatoress.
Yes. Who knew that the only way to depose of a dictator was just to drop a house on him?
Well, it seems the most efficient. Least
And
messy.
to quote Wicked, she's dead.
The Witch of the West is dead. Don't make me sing, Dan. How
So-
many times am I going to have to say that during this next 2 episodes?
Oh my God! Next episode specifically.
Next episode is going to be horny and musical. Okay.
It'll be our horny musical episode.
Can't wait.
Congrats. It's Assassins. So
That's for the
she
theater lovers.
lands the house on the Wicked Witch of the East,
Good job, Queen.
who's got some bitch ass striped leggings on.
It's a look. It's not the look I would have chosen, or as I've been saying about people's wardrobes lately. It's not to my taste.
Mm-hmm.
But pop off, I guess, Queen.
So she was wearing ruby red slippers.
Mm-hmm. You want to
Not
know some
silver
tea?
slippers,
Yeah.
like the book says. But what's the tea?
The tea is that when I played Dorothy the first time, my mom bought the shoes from a stripper website.
Well, good. I'm not all that surprised by that.
Yeah, and then somebody offered to pay money to have them on a table at like a Wizard of Oz themed function, but I did not wear socks in those bad boys and they were rank. My mom was like, "You cannot give that to those sweet little old ladies. You're going to kill them." And that's
Now
the
I
story.
would say There are people that will pay good money for rank
Yeah,
shoes.
TBH. But this was like a charity function. This was not creepy people.
You don't know that. Creepy people can do charity.
They offered to like pay you $50 to borrow those stank ass shoes. I was like, period. Okay, come
Sure,
get them.
great.
Let me
You
dig
could
the
spray
box
some
out of the
Lysol
closet.
in them. They'd be fine.
Yeah, they would have been fine. They sat in my closet for a couple months to air out. They're fine.
Oh, come on. So, Dorothy, she goes out in the house. Everything goes from sepia to color.
Beautiful.
It's magical. It's still magical when it happens.
It is. It's so cool. I love when you see the stage show and the first couple scenes, she's wearing her black and white checked dress, and then you come back on and it's color.
Mm-hmm.
We did that not in my high school one. In my high school one, we just did all color the whole time. But when I did the community theater one, we did that. The scene change or the costume change was a bitch, but it was cool. It got applause.
Yeah, because you only have like 20 seconds.
Yeah. I was like, y'all Munchkins better sing slower.
Come to my special production. Oops, all color Wizard of Oz.
That was our high school production.
So, Glinda,
Is it true you were her friend?
she floats down in a bubble.
Mm-hmm.
She says that Dorothy has landed in Munchkinland, in the county of the Land of Oz.
I think Munchkinland is the county and Oz is the country. And
What?
she just did not say what city she was in.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out these municipal divisions.
Well, I'm going off of Wicked, which is not actually like part of the lore. It's not been claimed by Frank's estate. But this is all I have to offer you as a theater kid.
But the head Munchkin was very insistent. He was like, Munchkinland in the county of the Land of Oz.
Maybe he messed up his line and he's like, I gotta stay on this pentameter, so I'm just gonna keep going with it.
It just stood out to me because it was a small municipal variation. And I was like, are we going to talk about land use?
Oh my god,
How-
Dan whips
how
out
does
his book about
Munchkinland
city
sound?
development. No, not
putting
city
in some-
development.
Are we putting in some mass transit in Munchkinland?
Oh my god, no.
This type of dense, walkable urbanism is illegal in most parts of the Land of Oz.
Oh my god, no. Meanwhile, I'm like, how pretty. I want to be a flower. Like the ones that are dressed in like a daisy.
So, the Wicked Witch of the West appears, and she's just like, I want my dead sister's shoes.
Period. A reasonable request.
Less distraught than you would think that her sister
She's
was
just
killed
pissed.
by a house.
She's
Yeah.
so annoyed, and it's like, honestly, kind of makes sense.
So
Her
the Wicked
sister
Witch
was a
has-
dictator. That's a lot to take on.
Yeah. And it seems like the Wicked Witch of the West is a wannabe dictator who has her own... What are the flying monkeys? Are they like her private army?
I'm not going to answer this because I'm going to get into Wicked because I feel that they're more intertwined. I think they're her slaves, to be honest.
Okay.
I think,
Cool.
unfortunately, she does enslave them.
What are those two scarecrows with glowing red eyes that pop up for 5 seconds that are like animatronic scarecrows? What were
She-
those?
Probably just animated them.
I don't like it.
Oh, well, she's a witch. She can do that.
So,
Her
Glinda...
sister was a witch.
Wicked Witch of the East, bro. Glinda transports the shoes onto Dorothy's feet, says, keep them on.
What if they weren't the same size? Can you imagine? They're squeezing onto your feet.
Just, what if they were way too big and she was just in clown shoes?
I would have eaten it. I would have fallen.
Here, you have to go on this long-ass walk in these oversized kitten heels. Good
I'm
luck.
like, girl, can you at least make them my size? Please shrink them.
No, I'm not that kind of witch. Bubble time.
Literally.
Glinda is only in this movie for like 4 minutes. Right at this
No,
part, and
she's
then
in the
right
middle.
at the end. Well, in FaceTime.
Yeah. Yeah, she's not like a huge part. I mean, she's T. She's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Her outfit is everything. But yeah.
But considering how Wicked, and then she gets kind of like equal billing in the public consciousness as the Cowardly Lion the Scarecrow, the Tin Man.
Dan, I need you to open your ears for me to say this.
Okay.
2 words. Pretty privilege. She's beautiful.
She is beautiful.
Everyone wants to be her.
Auntie M is beautiful.
Yeah, and they're the same person.
Nope.
They're supposed to be. In the stage production, they're played by the same person.
They're not played by the same person.
Well, they're supposed to be. Sometimes they're not played by the same person. It's like, yeah, but yeah.
Billy Burke plays Glinda in this film, and then Auntie M is played by Clara Blandick. I probably put the emphasis on the wrong part of that last name. Clara Blandick.
Maybe it's Blandick.
That's probably right. I want to add another D in there. Blandick.
No, 1D. Blandick.
Blandick.
Yeah. Sorry, I keep
Blandick.
going away from my microphone. I know that irritates you and our listeners. Hello.
Let's say it right. Listeners.
Hello, listeners.
Glinda then tells Dorothy to go on the Yellow Brick Road. And they sing a song.
Mm-hmm. I could do
Off to see
the...
the wizard. The wonderful Wizard of Oz.
First, they follow the Yellow Brick Road. Follow the Yellow Brick Road. I could do the dance for We're Off
I can
to
do
See
the
Wizard.
song. I can do
Period.
the voice to do the song, too. We're off to see the wizard.
Oh,
No,
Jill.
Oh, God, I'm so
it's
out of
giving
key.
Stitch.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Dan, you didn't open with Don't Make Me Sing.
No, make me sing.
Oh, okay, period.
Someone try and stop me from singing.
Oh, he's a diva. I see his martini and everything.
Oh, speaking of that, Anna and I we did like a weekend in Palm Springs for her birthday this weekend. And we were at a cocktail bar getting drinks before dinner. And we were talking about something. And then she just kind of out of nowhere goes, "Have you ever considered getting voice lessons?" And I was like, "Ma'am, where is this coming from?"
Period. You know, maybe she lays in bed thinking about it.
Because she hears me sing in the car and she's like, ugh.
Oh, it was a drag? Oh, I guess
No,
I just
it
thought she
wasn't
was...
a drag. It was a very, it was a very like courteous way to ask. But I was just like, "Have you ever thought about getting voice lessons? What are you saying here?"
I guess it's just because, like,
My voice
I
that
took
grating?
voice lessons.
Yeah, but I'm a naturally perfect singer.
You're right. I'm so sorry, Dan. You're right. How could I... Wow,
You've
that's
never
so embarrassing.
heard
I'm so
me-
sorry.
You've never heard me do "Last Resort" by Papa Roach at karaoke.
No, but I have heard you sing all of Anything Goes as your dance
That's
partner.
true. And there, I was singing notes nowhere near what
We were
were
fighting
written
for our
down.
lives in the back, okay? Oh, memories.
Memories. So, follow the Yellow Brick Road into the Emerald City where the Wizard of Oz lives, and he will help her return home. Peace out, Glinda. First off,
Goodbye.
Dorothy meets the Scarecrow.
Is Scarecrow kind of...
He's a bit of a hunk.
I was going to say, is he kind of serving? I know that's a pun, but, like...
He's hot.
He's, like, kind of cute, right? But, like,
And
the
he's got a
guy...
gun.
Hunk is the name of the character.
Yeah, Hunk,
Yeah.
Zeke, and Hickory are the farmhands.
Yep, that's right. Zeke always feels so out of place. Hunk and Hickory, why not name him Hugh?
Well, Zeke is short for Hugh Zekiel.
You're right. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, come on.
I'm so silly.
So she meets and dances with the Scarecrow.
Yes.
Great dancer. He wants a brain. They come across the frozen in place Tin Man who needs oil.
Second in command Tin Man after they poisoned someone.
Oh. 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 That's my Tin Man impression.
I thought it was oil can or whatever.
You're
Oil
right.
can. Sorry, Dan. I'm so sorry. This is so ingrained into my brain. I didn't mean you.
You're right. I should take voice lessons.
No, Dan. Dan, no. I mean, well, no, I'm kidding.
And then the Cowardly Lion, who puts up a brave face. "Come on now, put him up. Put him up.
Classic.
Who's next?"
Classic 30s humor.
Gayest man in the world.
Oh,
I say not as a pejorative.
non-derogatory.
Non-derogatory. The Cowardly Lion is so gay. I love it.
You think so?
Yes.
I thought they were all asexual except for, well, the two of them. Because the Scarecrow's definitely laying pipe. In
Yes.
another world,
Which I would think that
if
the Tin Man
Dorothy
would be
was
the
of
one to
age-
lay pipe.
no. If Dorothy was of age, she and
Mm-hmm.
the Scarecrow would have gotten together. Every single time I've been in this show, Dorothy and the Scarecrow have sexual tension.
That's not surprising.
And here's the T, that's Fiyero. What is he doing? Why? He's out here flirting it up? Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm.
No, it's written at the end. She's like, "And I'll miss you most of all."
Yeah,
that's
because she had a crush on him.
Yeah,
obviously.
exactly. I don't think that's subtext. That's just text.
Oh, okay. Dang, okay.
That's the plot.
Fuck, read me to filth, I guess.
So
I'm like, look at this interesting, unique thing we did in my productions. I'm crying.
No one's ever thought about doing this before.
Have you guys ever thought?
And cabaret with a Nazi flag going
Oh my
down.
god, that's so brilliant, you guys. That's so brilliant. Oh my god. T.
So they start their journey, and as they're going on their journey, the Wicked Witch does not like this
Nope,
She's
she
trying to
hates
stop
walking.
them.
She hates exercise.
because she wants those red pumps.
Mm-hmm.
So they're also on their journey. They walk through some trees, and Dorothy tries to pull an apple from a living tree.
Yes, and the best song from the entire franchise is Cut.
Which one is that?
Who's that hiding in the tree tops? It's that rascal, the jitterbug. It's the jitterbug.
Oh, Jitterbugs, yeah.
That song is so fire, and I used to go so hard. I was like, time to lean into my jazz. Oh, the bees in the
Yeah, you were
bees
saying
in
that
the
like a
bee-
cabaret.
Yeah, period. And I did it on stage the exact same way. I sounded like there was a cigarette between my fingers and a martini in the other hand, and I was not about to dance. Ooh.
They did film Jitterbug.
Yeah,
They cut it because it didn't work for the movie.
fucking tragic.
There's some still images left of it, but that's it.
Fucking tragic. It's in the stage production.
They also come across a field of poppies, and they just get fucking high on heroin.
Dude.
Toto plays dead. It's incredible. Great dog acting.
Baby.
And then, because the poppies are putting them to sleep, because it's a heroin, they're in an opium den.
That's not. The
Poppies,
Wicked Witch cast a spell.
Yeah, she cast a spell to make them do opium.
No!
Well, she cast a spell to create a field of poppies.
Yes.
The field of poppies are making them sleep
Oh,
because
wait.
of the opium.
I thought the poppies were just there for like, because it's pretty and there's lots
Visually?
of flowers in Oz. I don't know. I guess they thought there were lots of gardens, flourishing garden community in Munchkinland.
Well, I don't know if the Wicked Witch of the East would allow that.
God, what a bitch.
Yeah.
God. She
Dorothy
hated
was
fun.
Dorothy was morally correct to drop her house on her.
Yeah, she was. Period.
So as they are falling asleep in the field of poppies, Glinda casts a separate spell to make it snow. which
That's
wakes
so
them up,
real, though, because
obviously.
being cold would immediately wake me up. I'd be like, oh,
Ooh,
Brr.
I'm a little chilly.
ooh. Or being too
So-
warm. She could have also cast a spell of, like, the sun being too hot.
Yeah, she also did cast a spell of mesothelioma
Period.
because the snow that they were playing in was straight up asbestos.
It's so crazy because wasn't Snope a thing at this point?
Yes, but I don't think they had done it for color. So I don't think the color looked right.
Okay,
like,
well.
Even It's a Wonderful Life, which was 7 years after this, they were still, when they were doing fake snow, they would do like cornflakes.
Okay. Those are some thick flakes.
You can crush them up.
Yeah, true.
Mix them with some cornstarch.
Imagine being like, oh my god, snow, and you're getting pelted with cereal.
You're like, ooh, yummy.
I'd be touching it with my tongue.
So they wake up and they get to the gate of the Emerald City.
Mm-hmm.
They ring the bell. I love this guy.
He's Slay. That's Uncle Henry, right?
Yeah.
Yep, that's how it is in the play too.
So they ring the bell and they say to knock. So they knock. And they're here to see the Wizard of Oz. And they're like, sure, come in.
Okay, you want to know what my
Dorothy, you're
hyper...
crying.
Yeah, you want to know what my hyperfixation was when I was little?
Yes.
The horse of a many colors.
Yeah, the purple horse.
He changes colors. I have a shrinky dink that I made when I was little, like could not color in the lines little. My mom outlined the horse and I colored it all different colors. It's faded now, but I colored it rainbow. I was like, this is the horse from Wizard of Oz. It's in my car, right next to my Real Men floor mats that I gave to my dad.
Why do you have your dad's floor mats?
Because apparently Real Men Floor It with the Tasmanian Devil was not to his taste after a while. No, they were in the minivan that was my first car, and I've just kept them ever since, because obviously.
So they get to the wizard, who always reminded me of Zordon from the Power Rangers.
I will say to you, when I was... First of all, that's hilarious. That clicked for a second.
Right.
When I was little, my parents had this Wizard of Oz ornament that would do the I am Oz, the great and powerful. And I was so scared of it when I was little. And I don't think my parents even know this. But if I was home alone, I didn't like turning on the Christmas tree. Okay, so when I say little, I mean like 8th grade. I was a scaredy cat. I didn't like getting the mail in the rain because our mailbox was above a sewer. And I thought Pennywise was going to reach out and grab me. Now I'm like, yes, please, girl. Hey. What's good? I was afraid to turn the Christmas tree on sometimes because I didn't like all the noise of the Wizard of Oz ornament. Freaked me out.
Yeah, I get that.
Now I'm old and I'm like, turn it on.
Give me that noise. My house is so quiet.
Literally, I'm like, break this up. We cannot be having this silence. It's too much.
So the wizard tells him, yeah, I'll grant your wishes. Give me that fucking witch's broomstick.
What's he going to do? Clean?
Yeah, he's going to sweep. Those floors are immaculate.
Yeah.
So they go out to catch the Wicked Witch. Dorothy and Toto get captured by flying monkeys.
Terrifying.
I will say, going to lynch her.
That is true. I was just going to say, I know we're talking about Wicked next week, but I want to say these flying monkeys, first of all, the color scheme, immaculate. Second of all, terrifying.
Yes.
Third of all, the only thing scarier than these flying monkeys is the flying monkeys from the stage production of Wicked.
The ones that are like crawling up
and
the
they have like
wall
3
in
hairs.
the background. Yeah.
Whoa! And they're climbing down from the ceiling. Gage and I are taking his mom, dad, and like his brother, and my sister-in-law, to go see Wicked this summer as like his mom's Christmas present, belated. Mm-hmm. I'm nervous to see the monkeys crawling. They really give me uncanny valley, uncomfortable.
Yeah, I forgot about them until you just mentioned it, and I just got a clear image of them in my head from when I saw the stage show when I was like 8.
Yes. I don't need this. I don't get it. I looked it up. Oh my God. And they have like 3 hairs. Literally jail time. Oh! Chistery's so ugly. Lock him up. I fear this costume design should be punishable by jail time.
Jail time and a Tony.
Period. Honestly.
It's great costume design.
It is because of the visceral reaction, right?
Yeah.
But it's still scary. It's still not for me. And he's wearing like this cunty little suit. Like he's kind of serving. But it's also terrifying.
So Dorothy and Toto, they get captured, but her ruby slippers protect her from getting killed. Toto escapes, goes back to the Scarecrow, Tin Man, and Cowardly Lion, who are like, fine, we'll go get her. Scarecrow has his gun. He's just going to fucking shoot her.
Literally. I will also tell you when we did Wizard of Oz
Scarecrow had a gun?
No, Scarecrow did not have a gun. I'm pretty sure our weapons were like a stick and another stick. Anyway, and the axe.
And a gun.
And a gun. No, the dog that played Toto hated the Wizard of Oz scene so much because he didn't like the sound effects for the wizard's head. He would bark nonstop, so we had to just put him off stage during those scenes.
So the Wicked Witch had turned a hourglass that was basically Dorothy's life. If it runs out, she dies.
Yeah, which is kind of like, girl,
right?
You're no better than your sister, for real.
So the Lion, Tin Man, and Scarecrow sneak in. They're dressed as guards. But they get caught.
Yeah, I
And the
wonder
witch-
how. They look nothing like a Winky.
Yeah. And the Wicked Witch starts to light the Scarecrow on fire,
Yeah,
as
'cause
you are
she's
wont
crazy.
to do.
She's honestly psycho.
And then in trying to put the water out by this perfectly placed pail of water, if I was the Wicked Witch of the West, I would simply never have any water near me.
Yeah, I probably would say this is a water-free household.
You can douse a fire in other ways. Sand.
Yeah, you can. Fire
Remove
blanket.
oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
Blanket.
Yeah.
An enemy. Spit. So many options.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of
Piss.
options.
Piss on the
Oh.
fire.
True. These
She
are
gets
all
hit
valid.
with the water and melts. She's dead.
Yeah.
I'm melting.
She must have stunk, like Loki.
Right?
Yeah.
R.I.P. Wicked Witch.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, oh, great. She's dead. Yay. Everybody hates these witches.
Yeah, I think I would hate a witch who's like high key a dictatoress too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing more to say about that.
So then they go back to the wonderful world, the city of Oz. And the wizard is like, nah, come back tomorrow.
Yeah, he's kind of a dick for that.
Well, yeah, because then Toto pulls the curtain and it's just a dude. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
It'd be like that.
So they confront him. He's not a wizard. He's a humbug.
Yeah. You're nothing
He
but a
flew
humbug.
there on a balloon that he didn't know how to operate, and then it landed, and he was stuck there. And he
Which
just
is-
became a despot.
Oh,
Super
no.
confused.
Sorry, I got confused. I was thinking about... Okay, here's the tea. I was thinking about the end of the Wizard of Oz play again. I am so sorry. Where she's laying on the ground and everyone's around her. And for some freaking reason, the wizard is there and she's like, and you were lying, and you were there, and you were there, and you were a humbug, bitch. And they're like, Dorothy! And she's like, well, he was, so...
Sorry that I'm spitting the truth.
He's literally a humbug. Don't even ask me questions.
But the wizard does grant their wishes because they had it in them all along.
You had the power all along, my dear. Mm-hmm. That's what my graduation... Fuck, I am ingrained in this,
Oh my
I fear.
God.
My graduation cap said that. You had the power all along, my dear. What?
Mine would have had the county of Munchkinland.
Of course it would. Because you're obsessed, Dan.
I'm obsessed with the... I'm forgetting words.
I'm seeing if I can find it. You'll like it. I swear you'll like it.
So the wizard is from Kansas. He got there on a hot air balloon.
Mm-hmm.
He offers to take her and Toto back with him, but Toto jumps out because he realizes this isn't going to go well.
Yeah.
So the balloon lifts off. He can't stop it. He's like, oh, bye. And then Glinda pops up and she's like, oh, you could have gone back all along. Just click your heels and say there's no place like home.
Girl, shut the fuck up. That's what I would have said.
Also, you had to figure out how to do that yourself, and then she just told her how to do it. That's not figuring out how to do it yourself. That's just being told after not being told.
Yeah.
And then she wakes up in her bed in Kansas. Well, first she says goodbye to everyone. She gives the Scarecrow a big old kiss. I'll miss you most of
Tongue.
all.
Not kidding.
Yeah, she pulls out a piece of straw from his face.
Oh, God. Girl, stop pulling his literal skin out.
She talks about her adventure. But Auntie M is like, oh no, honey, you were just having a bad dream.
And you were a humbug, bitch.
And then she says, oh, Auntie M, there's no place like home.
God, I hated that. I'll never forget. You're still laying on the ground because Dorothy's always laying on the ground doing that damn line, and it sucks because you feel like nobody can see you because everyone's around you. Auntie M's holding you up. Oh, Auntie M, there's no place like home. The music swells, the lights fade to black, bitches be crying in the audience, and you're like, finally, this shit's done. I can take these heels off. Longest show of my life.
Oh, Auntie M, there are places like home. Fuck.
Fuck, I got it wrong. It also sucks to do the show because there's so many, like, iconic lines that if you fuck it up,
right,
they're coming for you. The super fans are coming for you.
100%.
Oh, my God.
Pay no attention to the woman behind the curtain. What?
Not on my watch.
You get a man back in there right now and you do it stat. Otherwise, I'm going to light myself on fire inside of this auditorium at Franklin High School.
Except we didn't do it at Franklin High School because we didn't have a theater yet.
Sad.
Yeah, it kind of sucked. I hope I can get cast in the production that does, or in the group that does shows there now, because I'd love to do a show
at your high school's theater,
yeah.
now that you are 10 plus years away from being in high school.
Yeah, it just would be fun.
That's fair. Thoughts about The Wizard of Oz? Do you have anything else to add?
No, I told you everything. Like, this was, unfortunately, upon further review, despite the fact that I have secretly, not so secretly, resented it for so much of my life because I didn't want it to be a huge part of my life, it is a huge part of my life. The more I think about it, it's a huge part of my life. Yeah. How about you, Dan?
It's great.
You don't
looks
feel
great.
This
the acting's
connection?
great. I don't have the level of connection that you do. The music's great. It's fun. It's a marvel.
I'm looking back through my photos now to see if there's any more Wizard of Oz-y things that I can send you. There's a lot.
I'm afraid.
It's not bad. It's like cute stuff. Like there's a picture of me with Toto and you can tell it's me because my legs are fucking bowed out. Classic Anna. Classic blunder.
You're going to be shocked to hear this. There's a ton of trivia.
I knew it. Let's hear it.
The Wizard of Oz. This was not nominated for Best Picture the year that it came out.
Bonkers behavior.
It was the year that the nominees for Best Picture that year. Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry. It was nominated for Best Picture. I was wrong. It's that Judy Garland was not nominated for Best Actress. She won a Special Juvenile Academy Award.
And yet this was on her... How old was she again?
She was 16.
Okay. I couldn't remember if she was 19.
It was nominated for Best Picture. It lost to Gone with the Wind.
I made a face.
I'm not nominated.
I'm just not a Gone with the Wind girly.
Director.
Okay.
Instead, the winner was Victor Fleming for Gone with the Wind. He beat himself. Wasn't even nominated.
I don't even know what to say.
It won Best Original Score, Best Original Song for Over the Rainbow. It somehow lost Best Special Effects.
To what?
To The Rains Came.
Never heard of her.
I assume it's a disaster movie about rain.
Yeah, it would seem that way.
And it also won the Academy Juvenile Award.
Okay.
For Judy Garland. Wicked Witch never says fly, my pretties.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dorothy doesn't say, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. She says, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Ugh, I'm rolling my
Roll your
eyes.
eyes harder.
Actually, I did know that because the line in the frickin' line in the show is, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. But I probably effed that up 100 times and just said, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore because it feels correct.
Glinda says for her to tap her heels together, not click your heels. The whiz is where click your heels comes from.
Okay, T.
During the 1974 airing of this on NBC, it got interrupted by a special report about the kidnapping of Patty Hearst, which delayed it for half an hour.
Oh my
And then
God.
during the 1988 airing on CBS, a presidential conference delayed the start time by an hour and a half.
Ugh, boring.
Buddy Ebsen was originally cast to play the Scarecrow, and Ray Bolger was cast as the Tin Woodsman.
Mm-hmm.
And Ray Bolger convinced him that his style of dancing was completely wrong.
Mm.
So Buddy Ebsen agreed to switch roles with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then Buddy Ebsen had an extreme allergic reaction to the aluminum dust used in the makeup.
Yes.
So he quit the production, had to spend 6 weeks in the hospital afterwards.
That's fucking crazy. I can't even imagine.
And his singing voice is heard in the movie, briefly, during a reprise of We're Off to See the Wizard.
Was that just like to be nice? They're like, we'll keep him in there.
Yeah, I guess.
We'll do him a solid. Sorry, I forgot you could see me for a second, and I was scratching the crap out of my ear.
So when the lion first appears, Dorothy's covering her face with Toto because she couldn't stop laughing.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that clip. Mm-hmm.
And then after several takes, Victor Fleming took her aside and slapped her and said, "Go in there and work." And then...
She's 16!
Yes, and then after the take, he took the rest of the cast aside and told them to punch him in the face for boorish behavior because he was ashamed of that.
There's a lot to unpack here.
And then Judy Garland gave him a kiss on the nose.
This set sounds like an HR professional's worst nightmare. Like, this set sounds like if we time traveled an HR professional from today back there, they would quit.
There's a dark version of Over the Rainbow that was sung when she was trapped in the witch's castle that got cut.
The reprise.
Yes. Which obviously you know because it's in the stage show.
No, just the reprises in the stage show. It's literally the lights are up. If happy little bluebirds fly. Like she's been singing to herself to cheer herself up.
Mm-hmm. Shirley Temple was considered for the role of Dorothy, but she would have been 10.
That's too young.
There are a bunch of deleted scenes.
Okay.
Whatever. They're deleted scenes.
They're deleted for a reason.
Yeah. The movie was... the ending ended up being it was all a dream because MGM executives thought that the moviegoers would be too sophisticated to accept a real fairyland.
I kind of like that it's all a dream of this one, though. Like, it wasn't a trope yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like it.
Margaret Hamilton, loved by all.
Yeah, she seems like she was a really sweet little old lady.
Yeah. And she was a teacher also.
Yeah.
So,
slay
great
girl.
with kids.
Work.
Almost all the Munchkins' voices were dubbed by other actors, except for the two who present a bouquet of flowers to Dorothy. We thank you very sweetly for doing it so neatly. You've killed her so completely that we thank you so sweetly.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Margaret Hamilton got a serious burns. Because her face was too close to the pyrotechnics when she departed from Munchkinland.
Literally my nightmare. Yep.
And then her stunt double was burned during the Surrender Dorothy scene.
My God.
Yeah, didn't even mention the skywriting going on.
Okay, surrender. I feel like you have not hit on the fact that when you do a production of Wizard of Oz or when you watch this movie, you don't say Dorothy. Dorothy. They literally always say Dorothy.
Because they're all East Coasters.
Literally.
Dorothy.
Surrender. Dorothy. Like, you have to... It's so crazy.
There was a rumor that you could see a Munchkin hanging himself in the upper bit of the screen right after you meet the Tin Man. It's a bird.
I love a bird.
It's just a bird.
People just love drama.
There's a legend that there was an alternate ending that showed that Oz was real after all. Never happened, never filmed. That's the only ending that they shot.
Okay.
Margaret Hamilton, that was her favorite book.
Oh, she
So she
seems
was
like so
thrilled.
cute. God, what a queen.
Right.
I just can't get past her going on Mr. Rogers and being like, see, guys, it's just a costume. It's just me. I'm Queen Margaret Hamilton, lover of books and children.
There's a lot of trivia about the actual production.
Mm-hmm.
I won't go over all of it. There's a really good video by Yesterworld Entertainment on YouTube about the making of The Wizard of Oz. It's like an hour and a half long. It's a deep dive into the production of it. Very good. That has all the trivia that you would need to know about that. So you have homework.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Will do.
When Samuel Goldwyn was trying to buy the rights in 1933, he wanted Eddie Cantor for the role of the Scarecrow, W.C. Fields or Ed Wynn for the Wizard, and an unknown actress for Dorothy.
I think Judy Garland was the right choice, though.
Yeah, and that was 6 years before they actually made the movie.
Yeah, because Judy Garland is iconic. I mean, this is the role most people think of for her.
100%.
Unless you're me, then it's Meet Me in St. Louis. No, I'm kidding. It still is. But I do love Meet Me in St. Louis. In case you forgot.
How could I forget?
Love Meet Me in St. Louis.
Dorothy was supposed to be blonde.
Okay.
The skywriting, this is the last piece of trivia that I'll do. The skywriting was supposed to say, surrender Dorothy or die, WWW. Wicked Witch of the West.
Oh my god, I was like, what is WWW? That's funny. No, I like surrender Dorothy only because there's too much dying. It's too much.
Right?
Yeah.
They don't shy away from that. She's dead. A lot of death. A lot of threats of death.
They freaking love death. How morbid.
Yeah.
As coroner, I must confer, I really did examine her.
She's dead.
Have you seen the video after the Queen of England died where they're like,
yes.
in light of what happened? Guys, look up Wicked Performance Speech, Queen of England Death. It's low-key hilarious.
It's very funny.
God bless him. I can't even imagine. I would have had really bad secondhand embarrassment watching that. Too.
And would it be better, worse, or the same if Jonathan Taylor Thomas was...
There's no place for him. Worse.
No.
No place. This movie is iconic as is.
Yes. I'm going to be honest, though. Jimmy Stewart as the Scarecrow.
That would kind of eat.
It would eat.
Was it
I'm
Cowardly
not sure
Lion?
It would be better. I think it would be the same.
I think he could do Cowardly Lion, too.
I think he could. I think he's too... He has an innate confidence. But he is a good actor. But, like, just immediately I'm picturing him doing the dancing as the Scarecrow.
Okay. All right. I could see it. I would be interested in partaking viewership of that.
I have a gun.
Oh.
It's me, the Scarecrow. I have a gun.
You, Jimmy Stewart, I think I'll miss you most of all.
Yeah, you will.
Oh, Jimmy.
Rawr.
Oh my God. Scary.
And also, Jimmy Stewart would have been the correct age.
How old is he supposed to be?
The farmhand, like 20s, 30s.
Okay. I always picture the farmhands as supposed to be like in their 20s, yeah.
Yeah. And Jimmy Stewart in 1939 was alive. He was 31.
Okay.
So
yeah.
he made The Philadelphia Story and Mr. Smith Goes to Washington right around this time. Two movies that you know so well.
The only Philadelphia I think of off the top of my head is the one with Tom Hanks and Antonio Banderas.
Yes, he was in Philadelphia. It's the one where he gets AIDS.
That's crying in the club.
Jimmy Stewart in Philadelphia.
Tom Hanks.
What do you mean? What do I have?
Oh, God.
On a scale of 1 to 5 houses getting dropped on a witch, what are you giving this?
From a technological and artistic standpoint, I feel like this has to be like a 4.5 for all the advancements that it was a part of. From a personal vendetta standpoint, because I don't want it to be my entire identity, and yet it is 1. Just kidding. No, I do like it. I just can't. I'm not the kind of girl who's gonna sit down and like always want to watch it. I think I'm kind of Wizard of Oz'd out for a while, but like I kind of got back into all that stuff when Wicked the movie came out. I was a Wicked girly back in the day. Yes. So we'll see. How about you?
I give it 5. It's great.
Yeah, it's a
classic for a reason.
It's as close to perfect as you can get, to be honest.
I mean, it's
Well.
no Mank.
Okay. All right, jail. Lock them up.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of In Conclusion. If you want to find us, we are on Facebook at In Conclusion Podcast, on Instagram at And In Conclusion.
Yep.
Correct? I think.
Yeah. Are you good?
Yeah. Because I took the Twitter part out of this. I don't remember. Because that was just rote for years.
I can't remember.
I know. On Instagram at In Conclusion Podcast.
You're right. Oh my God. Fighting for our
Yes.
lives.
We're also on Patreon at patreon.com/inconclusion. I am on Instagram at Not Dan O'Keefe and on Blue Sky at Not Dan O'Keefe. Anna, where can they find you?
I'm on Instagram at OptimusPrime818. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm dipping toes into other platforms, but I haven't made the full commitment yet.
Watch out, boys. She's got those piggies out.
Oh
Dipping
my
toes
God.
everywhere.
Did I tell you when I did Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the little boy who played my son, when I was doing my costume change, I would change my shoes. So I'd come out of the changing room and I'd go to change my shoes, and every time he'd be behind me, he'd go, "Dogs are out!" I'm like, stop.
Sorry that you were with the coolest kid in the world.
He was the coolest kid in the world. I adore him, but he did not have to be behind me. One time I went to high-five him, and he fake high-fived me, turned around and started twerking. I didn't know what to do.
Oh my God, I should have given him $1,000. Here, take all my credit cards, max them out. I don't care.
My jaw was on the floor. I was flabbergasted.
What a king.
Oh my God, yeah. Anyway.
We will be back next week with Wicked Part 1.
Good news.
We are not talking about Return to Oz or The Wiz. We might do The Wiz at some point.
Oh, I like The Wiz, yeah,
'Cause
but
The Wiz
not
is
Return to
actually
Oz.
good.
Return to Oz is
Not Return to
trash.
Oz, not Oz the Great and Powerful. Not
Trash.
Any of those.
Gage wanted us to do Oz the Great and Powerful. I said, that sucks because it's booty trash.
Sorry, I love Zach Braff, but no.
Mm-mm.
As the world's biggest Zach Braff fan,
Oh, God.
even I can't condone that.
I cannot wait to talk about Wicked with you because Wicked was also a huge part of my life, Dan.
You know, I could tell.
Is it because I have my Wicked slippers on right now? I know you can't see my feet.
I can't even see your feet, but I
I
can feel
do
it.
have them on. They add an inch to my height. They're like platforms. Thank you, Target.
Are they little kitten heels?
They might as well be, honestly. When I got them for Christmas, I put them on and I was like, why am I so tall?
Are they ruby red? They're your slippers?
No. I'll show you.
No, don't.
I'm not.
I thought you were going to hold your foot up.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's Wicked slippers.
Yeah.
They're
One is
green and
pink and one is green.
And they say Wicked on them.
Who knows what they could be for.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll be back next week talking about Wicked. In the meantime, everybody, stay safe and have fun. Bye-bye.
Bye. I can't do anything that might run the risk of curdling, okay?